Hello and welcome back to Factorio. Let's play. This is episode 3, so let's load the game and start it. So last episode we started making green science bottles right there. I think, yep, right there. Through a very complicated system of grabbers and inserters that just pass things around. Yeah, so that seems to be working pretty well. Now, this episode, thinking about two things. For one thing, if you look at the map, you'll see that it's got a little orange tint that I can turn off or on. What that is pollution. And, all the factories, of course, they make pollution when they work. So, pollution is... it's fine for our purposes. It doesn't affect me in any negative way. I'm sure it'll affect my grandkids when they're old enough to be born into my factory. Anyway, that's not going to happen. What it does affect is it affects the local wildlife in a very negative way, much like pollution does in real life. And the local wildlife, understandably upset, seeks out and destroys pollution-producing buildings. Depending on how much pollution I'm making. So, kind of want to at least start building some turrets at some point this episode. But my main goal is electricity. As you can see, we are at maximum production, but our consumption is down at nearly a third. That means we're using way more power than we're making. So I'm thinking, let's get this boiler chain set up and pump some water over to the steam engines, which we're going to move out this way. So, start making boilers. What are we missing? Stone. That'll probably be enough for a while. Yep. So we've got, 3 boilers plus 3. We need 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we need iron. Let's grab all of that. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see here. I think, yeah, we already have 1 steam engine, 2 steam engines, so we need 8. Every single one of our boilers is also going to need an inserter, but thankfully we've got 11. Perfect. That's exactly how many we need. So, yeah. I'm also going to queue up an assembling machine too, because it crafts a little bit faster, and replace this assembler 1 that makes red bottles with an assembler 2. That way it'll make more red bottles faster. And in the meantime, I'm going to start putting up boilers. You'll notice that my base just completely shut off because there is no longer any electricity. Let's see here. I'm actually going to move this boiler over 1 and put a pipe down, which we will need plenty, so let's grab some more iron. We may not actually have enough pipe to, or enough iron to make the pipes that are required. That's kind of annoying. Let's see here. Jump. 1 pipe. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a steam engine here and another one here, or maybe just 1, in the interests of getting some more iron that I can then convert into pipes. Specifically, I want an underground pipe. There we go. Now we can make 1. And I could use a few more regular pipes because we are now out of them. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a regular pipe here and an underground pipe going to there. Now we can drop a second steam engine there. That'll fix our current power shortage. Put this one in our inventory, and we need some power lines. Perfect. Now let's figure out what we want to do with these steam engines. I'm thinking just drop them along. I'm gonna put a 1 block space in between them. Can always just pipe it. I wonder if I can move these back. Nope, can't move them. Well, I guess I can move that one back. Ooh, that doesn't quite work out amazingly, but oh well. Okay, now we're going to put power lines in for our steam engines. And hopefully by now there will be some more iron that we can use to make pipes. Because we need more pipes, as always, for all of the steam that we will soon be carrying to our steam engines. Alright, perfect. Now we just put the last 2 steam engines up here, and ideally that'll work out. However, we're going to need some more piping to make connections to all of the steam engines, which means more iron. There we go. Alright, 2 more pipes and we can power that entire block of 8 steam engines. Perfect. Look at that. We got lots of steam power now. And we're gonna put the last 2 steam engines in. Yeesh. There we go. That one, I didn't really need a block space because this power line covers it. So the reason I put in that 1 block spacer is because then I can just put a single power line to cover several steam engines. Just because since we moved them as far towards shore as possible, we likely won't be able to put up power lines here. Oh, maybe we could. Actually. In which case, we'd have a power lines on this side and too much of a hassle at this point. Now, one additional problem is you can't actually move through pipes. And while here that's not really a problem because you can't really move through steam engines, that's kind of annoying with these pipes. So what I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to fold this pipe in here a little bit more. And I'm going to take out these pipes and replace them with an underground pipe, because I can run over that. So life is good. Got 10 steam engines producing. Now our production is way down at like, I don't know, what is that, an 1/8? Maybe a 1/6 of our production is being consumed right now. In other words, good things are happening. And let's get that level 2 assembler for our red bottles. Now, one thing I kind of want to do is figure out a way to store up excess bottles. So as you can see here, we aren't actually using up the green bottles as we make them, which is good because, you know, it's extra bottles that we can save, but it's bad because we are basically wasting production. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to have a grabber here. This guy's going to grab red and green bottles. Then I'm going to need maybe just one smart grabber for now. There we go, 2 smart grabbers. So what I'm going to do is iron chest. This guy will grab green and red bottles. So this guy will always be placing new green bottles down. I'm actually going to move this guy back a little bit. Now I'm going to have a smart inserter filter out the green bottles from the red bottles. Let's think about how I want to do this. If I have it go here, then I can put green bottles in a chest, or red bottles in a chest here and put them back. Then I can pull the green bottles a little bit, maybe back this way. This part's complicated. Anyway, I need a chest there. Of course, I'm going to need more iron plates. And where are my chests? There we go. Chest. Yeah, I guess I'll just do there. So here we're going to have red bottles. And then we're going to place green bottles here. Now, so what that's going to do is, let's see here, filter out the red bottles, filter out the green bottles. The idea behind that is to keep these on the right side of the belt, which we're going to do by building an underground transport belt, have the green bottles placed there by the inserter, which carries them over. So, there. And power. And let's grab another inserter, which we can't. I need to make a chest overflow filter for inserters as well, I think. Oh wait, we already have one, don't we? Yeah, because this guy grabs here. Okay. And then we put an inserter that carries. Oh, this one has to be the smart inserter. This guy is going to grab solely green bottles. Boom, perfect. So now basically bottles are going to be coming down here, getting both kinds are going to get grabbed and put in this chest. Then they're going to get carried over here, where the red bottles are going to be put on the line, back on the line on this side. And then the green bottles are going to get carried over into this chest and then get put back on the line on the other side. That's going to be like a little overflow location for when we're not using green bottles, such as right now, because we're researching armor crafting, which only requires red bottles. Now, we also want to start making a steel industry. Several ways to do that, and well, for one thing, we also want to make a whole lot more smelters, because we've got ore backing up, and that's not good. So let's put down 2 more smelters, run some belts. Make some inserters. Grab a few spare inserters. There we go. Perfect. What are we missing? Missing circuit boards. Where are we missing circuit boards? Because we don't have enough iron plates in our circuit board factory. Let's drop a bunch of iron plates into our circuit board factory. And we need to run electricity. Perfect. Now we can process all the iron ore that's coming out. Possibly even overprocess it. And that means more iron plates for both our inserter factory and our gear factory and our circuit board factory. Hey, armor crafting 2 has been researched. What do we want to do? Let's do advanced material processing. That'll let us make better furnaces. As you can see, steel furnace has a crafting speed of 2, whereas a stone furnace has a crafting speed of 1. So they'll be twice as effective. Yeah, considering the mining power, I think 6 stone furnaces will take care of 3 electric mines, but then we can just cut that down to 3 steel furnaces. Or we can put in more mines, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing. Speaking of ore backing up, looks like we want to do something similar on this side. Perfect. And run some power for it. Excellent. Now we might want to put this coal belt farther back, just so we can fit more furnaces in. Oh, right, steel industry. We want to start up our steel industry. Now steel uses iron to produce steel. And what we are going to do, first off, yay, we have a backlog here again, is I'm trying to avoid drawing from this main iron belt because I don't want to cause too much of a backup here. We're already near capacity. So I'm gonna actually do, I think, maybe like a second iron belt. Grab like ore from here or something. And then have a belt run in on this side and then make steel there. So that's going to mean iron smelters, which will pass it on to steel smelters. That should work out. Of course, we need more iron plates for that. And since our coal production's completely fine, got no problems there, so I'm not too worried about coal. Get these trees out of the way. Get an iron mine. Let's do one facing this way and one facing that way, I guess. No, actually, we want iron to end up on one side of the belt. Okay. Let's go a little bit farther. Oh, we need belts. Thankfully, we have a large backlog of belts from our green bottle production. And we also have some green bottles. Why am I making more belts? That's a waste of iron that I should be using for future steel purposes. Now what we're gonna do here is, first off, we need to replace this power. Actually, no, we really don't, because this guy doesn't actually power anything. Perfect. I'm gonna actually move this belt back a little. And the reasoning there is that I can put a burner right there. and it's going to possibly feed coal to the right side. It might not. Where there's our underground belt. Let's find out. Nope, it does not feed the coal to the right side. So let's go burner here. No. This belt is going a little bit too far over, I guess. Let's do this belt here, because then it will go under, turn, get coal put on it here, go over one more, and avoid the power cables. Perfect. Excellent. Coal's going to the far side. That's exactly what we want. Now we need some more furnaces. We're gonna go, yeah, I guess let's just build it up that way. Have the belt go one farther. And then inserter. Got an extra little pile of inserters from our backlog. Now I'm gonna have my steel belt, or my iron future steel belt, run in the opposite direction. Let's do 2 furnaces here. And what's the best way to get this steel production going? I'm thinking yeah, I guess I'll just put steel there. Maybe I'll have the belts run in the opposite direction then. And then just have them get grabbed there, I guess. So let's do steel. Our furnace is gonna need coal, which is actually I'm gonna grab off that coal belt right there. This is gonna be an interesting setup. So we need a smart inserter, which needs more iron. And of course electricity. Yeah, let's put that there. Now we've got a smart inserter, which is going to grab coal only for our steel furnace, which is now producing steel, as you can see. And we're just going to put that in a box for now. Excellent. It's working out. Iron belt still good. Got a little bit of a backlog, so stuff is staying in the chest. Excellent. This is working out pretty well. Green bottles are producing happily. Got plenty of them here. We've got so many. Wow. Except for our red bottles are not doing so hot. What's wrong with our red bottles? Are we just out of gears? Yeah, our gear manufacturing is definitely lagging behind. What are we gonna do about it? Let's try replacing these with fast inserters, because it looks like the backlog might be starting from the lack of speed in gear production. Yeah, I guess a regular inserter was equally fast. Alright, yeah, now we've got, what is that, every third gear is getting to the red bottle production facility? No. Every fourth. That's still not great. Especially if there's ever even a little bit of a lag in iron, which there is now. This is interesting. What are we gonna do about it? Could always just put like a second gear factory here or something. Use iron that's not actively being converted to steel. But that's likely not gonna exist for very much longer. Well, for one thing, we're gonna need more iron mines soon, because then I think that'll fix our issues a little bit. Let's make a couple more iron mines. For that, we need more iron. This one's gonna need an inserter as well. And belt running the opposite direction. Just, oh boy, that's too far. Okay. And that's gonna keep the ore on the same right side of the belt. Yeah, let's do something like that. Because if we go one farther, we'll start getting stone as well. We really don't need stone clogging up our iron belt. And I don't really want to try building a smart inserter to filter out the stone. Still need one more power cable for the inserter. There we go. Actually make this one a fast inserter. Eventually I'm going to replace pretty much all the inserters in my base with fast inserters. But for now I'm a little worried about my iron stockpiles, which are non-existent as of this moment. Hey look! Our gears are going great though. I guess that's our new iron stockpile right there. None of it's ever even getting to our backup overflow. Oh hey, things are ticking along quite nicely. What do we want to do while we wait for our research to continue? What are we gonna need as soon as advanced materials processing is discovered? Stone bricks. That's what we're gonna work on. Alright, so to make stone bricks, we are going to need a furnace. And it will probably be based on here. Let's see here, so if we put an electric drill there, just gonna make stone, put it in a chest, from a chest to a furnace to stone bricks, going off in this direction. That's probably my plan. For which I'm gonna need some more iron. I'm gonna figure out the power cables a little later. Okay, so let's do that for maximum stone coverage and only stone. Now we're gonna have inserter, the chest in the middle, make it a big iron chest. From there it's gonna go into a furnace. From the furnace it's gonna go onto another inserter, then onto a belt that sticks out, And wow, perfect fit. I'm actually just gonna have it get grabbed off the belt right there. The idea being, eventually, when I have to fit a bigger furnace in there, it'll be a little easier to figure out. Now we run some electricity, and we need some more electricity. We got that part running. I just realized this is not going to work great. We need to shift everything over. Okay, so I'm putting the chest directly there. That's going to go there. Get a jump started with some coal, which is going to be fed to it through this box, because why not, by an inserter and a smart inserter, which is going to grab coal off this belt. I think we should be able to use regular inserters because they prefer to grab the closest stuff, but just in case, I'm going to use a smart inserter. Coal. That's going to create a nice little coal backlog for us, which we currently do not possess, I don't think. Like a chest that exists solely to store coal. And then we've got an inserter, which is going to grab things. And, yeah. This slightly complicated looking system is going to make us stone blocks, which also we need for walls, interestingly enough. In the meantime, let's make some gun turrets, because our rapidly expanding production comes with a dose of rapidly expanding pollution. And one other thing that I'm gonna make for now is a radar, because I don't think we actually have one yet, and the radar is gonna expand our map range significantly. In the meantime, let's get some ammo production going. Which is gonna come from that factory, which is going to make ammo, and put it in a box for now. Eventually what I'm going to do is, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might try to run it like on a belt, so it's going to go around every single one of our turrets, and turrets can just grab ammo as they need it. But I think that might not work out great in terms of belt placement. So I think I might have to manually reload our turrets for now. At least until, speaking of which, we should make a better gun. Until I get some kind of logistic robots. Let's make a shotgun as well. And logistic robots, which are ridiculously awesome. I mean, they take care of all the moving for you. They're a little expensive to get going, and research-wise, they require flight. Here, logistic robots. So you need flight and robotics. Flight is going to require advanced electronics, which we can research, and electric engine, which requires oil engine, more advanced electronics. And robotics is going to take advanced electronics too, an engine and battery. Battery, incidentally, gives us Tech 3 science packs. That's the blue ones, which are even more complicated to make than the green ones. I mean, you need to use inserters, and I haven't even unlocked them yet. but you use inserters and something else to make them. What else do you need? Advanced circuits, smart inserters, and steel plates. So we've got steel. Inserters get turned into smart inserters using lots of circuits and some iron. And advanced circuits require plastic, which requires an oil industry. So, complicated. But for now, I think my goal is going to be to, actually, let's see here. Where would I be expecting attacks from? So I'm gonna try to wall this guy off right away, and possibly wall that off, so I won't need to expect attacks from this direction in general. For that, let's get some stone bricks and make some walls. Just make piles of walls. Yeah. That'll hold for at least more than a few attacks. And more than enough time for me to run over there and manually deal with any attacks. And on this side, we don't quite have enough walls. Put too many on the other side. Hey, we got our submachine gun. We don't even need to use our pistol. And we could do with a couple of shotgun shells, it looks like. Each shotgun shell also lasts for 10 shots. So, yeah, I'm making like 200 shots here. There we go. Alright, stop making shotgun shells for a little bit. I need the walls. Perfect. So, that'll keep this part blocked off. I'm actually going to move these walls back one block because they're very close to being able to sneak by through that little corner. Oh, come on. I have to take out this tree to grab that wall again. I'm also kind of trying to minimize how many trees I unnecessarily cut down, because like I'm pretty good on wood for making power poles, and I'm not really making any more wooden boxes because I've got the much more superior iron boxes, which can store a lot more goods, roughly twice as many, I believe. Let's see, that's 32. And a wooden box stores 16. Yeah, they're twice as good. Twice as many goods can be stored. Yeah. I just realized this ammo factory is a little bit too close to the furnace. So I'm gonna knock it down. That's gonna make power slightly more complicated. There we go. Keep making ammo. Might want to put up some lamps at some point too. Make things a little more visible. Let's go with like 5 lamps. I want to light up at least the lab area. I don't think there's any actual like benefit to having lamps everywhere past being able to see easier at night. So they don't like reduce attacks or anything like that. They just effectively waste electricity. Furnaces are doing a nice job of lighting up this area. I guess that's all of them. So yeah, mediocrely lit factory now. Get a little touch of home going. I don't really know why that's a touch of home, but you know, seemed like a good expression at the time. How's our water pressure? Water pressure is doing great. Excellent. Water pressure is indicated on the side, as you can see right now. There's 9.9 water going through out of a possible 10. So that's as much as we're going to need. Doesn't really affect you in any major way until you're trying to pipe oil from really, really far away, for example, which I have yet to need to do, so not really an issue. However, what is an issue is our coal production. So we're going to need to start putting in electric mines, which, as we've seen, are way more effective. Hey, we've got advanced materials processing. So, stone furnaces. Let's make a couple of those, too. Alright, we need bricks and steel. Grab a pile of steel, grab a pile of bricks, make some stone furnaces, and get our coal mines back. I'm gonna augment as opposed to replace for now. That'll keep the coal going though. Hopefully enough to not be an issue. And in the meantime, let's start making steel furnaces. Just kind of start off on this from this side. Yeah, our copper is flooded. We don't need any furnaces there. Let's put one here. Make 3 more. I'm gonna replace these with steel furnaces as well, I think. There we go. Life is good. If only I could make a slow smart inserter. This is the problem area, which I definitely did not solve by emptying out that chest. So for now, what I'm gonna do is just manually dump coal into all these furnaces. This one as well. And just wait for that chest to fill up with coal, because as soon as it does, we're gonna be using a whole lot less. Hey, let's make this one a steel furnace too. Now you'll notice that these are also 2x2. The best furnaces are electric furnaces, which are advanced processing 3, which I can't even research yet. What do we want to research? Speaking of research. Kind of tempted to do advanced electronics because it just allows so many cool things, such as advanced material processing 2, which gives us electric furnaces. These are the 3x3 ones, by the way. But to use most of this stuff, including making the circuits and processing units, we need plastic, so I'm going to do oil processing. That's a good one. Unlocks a ridiculous amount of stuff as well. So we got plastics for circuits, we got flammables for flamethrowers and rockets, sulfur processing for explosives and rockets, and advanced oil for more efficiency, fluid handling for storage, and an electric engine for eventually robotics. Just lots of good things come from oil, including more pollution. Yeah. Well, we got our steel furnaces up, fixed up our little steam engine block. I'm thinking I'm gonna put down a second lab, and then I'm probably gonna end the episode there, just because a lot of stuff that we were planning on doing we have done successfully, and yeah, seems like a good ending point on which to, fittingly enough, end. I'm actually going to move this guy up a little bit. Let's put it right there. And then just put the lab down on top, because we're not really going to be building labs farther back in this direction because we really can't. They won't have access to green bottles. We will, however, probably extend this belt. And notice this lab is right up against the belt because if the second belt's running there, a long-hander there will reach it. So yeah. It's episode 3. Got a lot of stuff done, including some new steel furnaces. So, yeah. Like, share, comment, subscribe, advise, idea. And I will see you guys all later. Bye!